So give me all of you in exchange for me. Just give me all.
Hi you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we did this really pretty winged out smoky eye look, and we also discussed some of my best tips and tricks for travel. I am traveling to Europe in about 3 weeks, you guys. It's coming up so quickly and I'm so excited. And if you didn't know, I spent the last year traveling, just kind of exploring some new cities and visiting some of my favorite cities over again. So I feel like I really gained some good knowledge on how to have as smooth of a travel experience as possible, and some of these tips I need to follow a little bit more closely, but that's okay. If you want to know what some of my best tips and tricks are, or if you just want to see how we got this really pretty look, please keep watching and don't forget to subscribe. Okay you guys, so let's get started. So we are starting out with the Huda Beauty, the Pretty Grunge palette. So I'm going to use the first shade Rise Up just as a base there. So today we are going to talk about, and I'm just putting this all over. So we're going to talk about some travel tips that I have. If you guys did not see my first video back that I posted like almost a month and a half ago now at this point, go check it out because it talks all about how I spent a year traveling and living my best life. I picked up some pretty good travel tips while I spent the last year traveling and doing my thing, living my best life. So I wanted to share them with you guys because I think they would be so helpful for anyone who is traveling for like their first time, or who wants to get into traveling more but they don't feel like they can afford it. All of that stuff, we're going to discuss it. So then next I'm going to take the this angled brush, and the color Grunge, it is a cream, it's a cream shade, so we're going to use that to make our liner, and we're going to keep our liner really close to the outer corner, and we're not gonna flick it out just yet. So my first tip would be to get the Capital One credit card, you guys. The Capital One credit card was the best. It's the Venture card. You can get the Venture or the Venture X. I honestly would have preferred to get the Venture X because it has more benefits, but I would definitely look into getting the Venture credit card. Now you're gonna have to be responsible. You can't just charge up a whole bunch of trips and not like be paying them off, or charging up a whole bunch of stuff to get points and then, you know, not really paying it. So that you have to do that. But getting this card is literally the best thing I can recommend. So next we're going to take the Noir color in the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, and we're just going to build on that and just really smoke out. Don't worry, because we're going to clean up any little mistakes. So on the bottom, on the top you have to be a little bit more precise, but if there's any fallout, you don't have to really worry about it right now because we can take care of that. So I think it's the best thing ever. I use it to, like, you know, pay small things like groceries and things like that, and I accumulate these points and I can use it all towards flights, hotels, everything. So this is really like the best way to travel in my opinion. But I believe there are more credit cards out there that you can get. Like I think there's like Discover that has a rewards system. So it doesn't have to be Capital One, but I just really like Capital One. I really like banking with them. And after my whole incident with Wells Fargo, I'm really there. I'm like literally in the running to be my next debit card as well. I have a savings account with them and I have my credit card with them, but I just really like banking with them. But that's not what this is about. And now I'm going to take like a smaller kind of blending brush and go in with the dark brown in the Makeup by Mario palette next to the black. I'm actually going to take the that brown right there. Yeah, I don't want it to be, I want to smoke it out, but like not as intense right now. Like so, and then we're gonna go back in with a little bit of the black. And we're just gonna keep smoking it out until it looks really how we want it. So yeah, using my Capital One Venture card allowed me to pay for Miami. Like I missed my first Miami flight, and I didn't even really mind because I used points to pay for it, and then I just used points to pay for another flight literally the next day because I missed my flight. So yeah, that's why I really love the Capital One card, and I just really suggest it because you'll save so much money. Like our flights to Bulgaria were the cheapest my boyfriend says he's ever paid, and he's been going back and forth from the US to Bulgaria since 2007. We paid less than $700 a piece for our flights to Bulgaria. So yeah, I mean, I think that's just phenomenal. Then we're gonna take a blending brush. Do I want to take that one though? I don't think so. Maybe we'll take that one. It's looking a little crazy. To just blend in the brown to the outer corner. So yeah, the more you use this, your Capital One card, like the more you'll just get points, and you will like, you'll just be so happy that you are like, you have all of these like kind of perks. My next tip is to always, once you get your card, whichever card you plan to get, always use the app, especially with Capital One. In my opinion, I always use the app. I never search for flights anywhere else because it will tell you when to wait, if it's worth waiting, you know, if the price is gonna lower or not. They'll tell you if you're eligible for like discounts. If you book with the Capital One app and the price just somehow happens to like drop a little bit later, you have free price drop protection with them, and I think that is just the best. Like they will give you, I think it's like up to $50. Like I've gotten $50 back before, and I just used it towards like my next my next trip. Like it's literally that amazing and good, and yeah, it's like so totally worth it. Like that was the reason why I got a credit card, because honestly I just was not like, I wasn't really trying to get a credit card again. I've had a bad experience with credit cards, and honestly my credit is not the best, and so I was like, maybe not for me. But honestly I'm really glad that I have it because the benefits just outweigh. You can go to the Capital One lounge if your airport has it when you travel, and you get a free guest as well. Like that, to me, I mean, there's just so many perks. Like who doesn't want to travel in luxury and in style, and you know, you basically get to do it for free as long as you're, you know, paying off your card and being responsible and all of that. Be responsible with your credit cards, guys. Don't get the card and then just like think it's like a free for all. Like it's not that at all. You got to be like responsible with it. But if you can do that, you're set. You're good to go. And if you don't have enough money to like put on the card, if you put the balance on the credit card, like the remainder balance, if you use some points and you put the remainder balance on your credit card, you will get points by putting, you know, the rest of it. Like I think that is just, there's just so many benefits, you guys. So many benefits. And I think it's totally worth it to like just kind of check it out and look into it. Even if you have the worst experience with credit cards, I swear this is like you can't top. You guys, I can never really do that on camera. Like I have to like really hone in on my blending. I'm so sorry. Maybe one day I will like be able to really show the process, but because I can't talk and do it and I just feel like it's boring, maybe one day I'll do something. But now we're gonna cut the crease a little bit. I'm only using a skin color concealer because it's not gonna be like a bright cut crease at all, and we're only cutting like just the inner corner. Like we're not making it like a full cut crease. Did you guys get all of that though while I was like trying to blend and talk at the same time? And I did clean up the edges already with a makeup wipe, so yeah. But basically my major tips if we missed it were to go get the Capital One credit card and use it so that you can start getting points. And that is my biggest suggestion, because ever since I've gotten the card, it's the best thing that ever. You can book hotels, you can book flights, you can book everything. Like that to me is like, what? I love that. I love that you can get a discount on traveling, because to me, traveling is such a luxurious experience, but it can get really pricey, especially like me. I want to shop when I get to my destination and see like what cute little shops they have there and everything. So I like to be able to shop and spend money on that. So if I can save money on like a flight, I want to do it, you know, like I really want to do it. So my next tips are packing, because I feel like I'm never prepared when it comes to packing, and I feel like I've gotten a lot better, which is interesting for me because I grew up going back and forth between my parents' house. So you would think that I was, I guess, better about those type of things, about packing and everything, but I still struggle too, mainly because I want to have all the accessories and everything. So my tips for that are, if you are going away for just a weekend, I say give yourself a week to get everything together. Like, and don't forget the small things. Like what I used to always forget would be like pajamas or like chilling clothes. Like I would always have like clothes to get like outfits in, and then I would have like no clothes, like no sweatpants, and I live in sweatpants, you guys. So like give yourself at least a week and make a list if you have to. Like make a list of all the things that you know you forget. Like me, I forget my bonnet all the time. So like stuff like that. Like if I'm gonna, like, you know, if there's something that I know that I forget all the time, like I make sure to make a list of all of the things that I know that I need, and that like really just helps me to be better prepared. And if you feel like you have to buy, because me, I always feel like I have to buy stuff for every trip, like new outfits, because I love to get pictures and everything in like new places. So I always want like a couple of just outfits for that. I say give yourself at least 2 weeks and research some places where you may want to take pictures if you have time to do that. Because then you can do that, and then you'll have a better idea of what you want, you know, to pack and what you want to take with you and all of that stuff. So I'm just trying to make sure that my cut creases are as even as possible. But if it's like a week-long trip, I say give yourself 10 days to 2 weeks in advance to start packing, and a month to really like order whatever you need. And if you're going away like me for a long period of time, I am probably not gonna do this, but at least like start getting some outfits together. Take pictures of the outfits that you definitely want to wear with the accessories. Like try things on and see what you're gonna do. But I'm gonna be gone for 6 weeks, so it's gonna be basically like I'm living there. So not really living there, but kind of, it's like I'm living there. Now we're gonna take Strong AF, that pretty metallic-y kind of color in the middle there, and we're gonna pop that in the center part here. And I'm gonna take some Fix Plus spray to make it pop really good. Try everything on, and what you can also do is when you try everything on, take pictures and you can like add them to your Canva. I got that tip from Kayla Cake. She would add her, like she would either take pictures, like if she bought something online, she would take the screenshot of the picture and add it to her Canva with a picture of which hair she was gonna do, like a picture of herself with like her straight hair or her curly bun or whatever hair she planned to do. And then she would, this is so pretty. Wow, I'm loving it. It's like a space gazette. You can like do a little lookbook for yourself. So if you're like me and you're always rushing around and you have to always figure out what you're gonna wear, you can totally be prepared on that level. Me, for this trip that I'm going on to Bulgaria, I don't need to be prepared to that level. But if this was like a trip where, like my Costa Rica trip, where it was like a girls trip, I was changing outfits like 3 or 4 times a day to get as many pictures as possible, that would definitely have been like something that would have been helpful. I was just so busy around that time that I just did not get a chance to do any of that. I would suggest something like that. Now we're going to take the Makeup by Mario and we're gonna take the lightest white shade right there and just pop that where we cut the crease, just to create like some brightness. So yeah, so just be prepared for whatever trip you're going on. That's my biggest thing, is like be prepared with the outfits, because you want to spend time on other stuff. Maybe you want to spend time, like more time on your makeup or more time exploring the city that you're in and not figuring out which outfit you're gonna wear. Being prepared just really helps with that. So I prepped the skin already with the It Cosmetics primer here, and then now we're gonna go in with the Smashbox foundation. So I have the 2 shades. This is the 4 and the 4.15. They just don't make my shade in this one, so I gotta mix. And I'm using the Smashbox brush. And one other tip that I think was so good that I actually got from Sharika B was color coordinate your outfit. So like go with a theme, like a color theme. Like if, I think she did like, one time she did like a green and everything was like green and white or whatever. And then she did like black and white. And then she did like pink and orange and stuff like that. Like where you color coordinate your outfits. So maybe you only have to pack 2 pairs of shoes instead of 5 for, you know, 5 days. Or, you know, maybe you can, you know, just bring 1 pair of pants and switch up the outfits, like, you know, or, you know, it'll just be easier, I feel like, on yourself to color coordinate your outfits. I thought that was like a genius idea, and I actually did that in Costa Rica and in Miami. I did all black in Miami, which I thought was so fitting and literally perfect, like all black bathing suits, all black everything, you know. And then in Miami, or in Costa Rica, I did all pink. So I thought that was so cute. It was like my pink birthday. Shout out to Nikki. I just thought that was like the cutest thing that I did, like, you know, like come up with a color coordinated theme. And it was just easy for me to kind of like stick to. Obviously I bought like all new stuff for that trip, but like if I have like a lot of black in my closet or a lot of white, like, you know, like, or I just love, you know, if I buy something black, I can wear it over and over and over again. It's not like, you know, or like pink is my favorite color. So I could just kind of wear it over and over and over again. It's like, not a waste. Like it's not gonna go and sit in my closet and be wasted. I love to accent things up with the pink. That's what I say. I say like just color coordinate. And if you color coordinate your outfits, this just really helps to avoid overpacking. And that is one thing that I really want to avoid, especially with this trip to Bulgaria, is overpacking. My plan for this trip is to have 1 big suitcase for all of my clothes, and then the smaller suitcase for my shoes and accessories and my makeup. because I don't plan to take a lot of makeup. All right, now we're going in with the Smashbox concealer. This is the Studio Skin Flawless in light medium, and the little wand thingy broke, so this is kind of ghetto. Ugh. But it's alright. A really great packing tip as well is, and think about this just in the future, anytime that you go makeup shopping, always ask, like at Ulta or Macy's or wherever you do your makeup shopping at, Sephora. So with Sephora, you have to use your points in order to do this. Ask for little samples, like just ask. Sometimes even at Sephora they have the vendors, so you don't have to use points, like they might have something for you. Now we're going in with the Rich Rosy Sunstalker bronzer. So ask for little samples, like skincare samples, so that you don't have to bring your whole moisturizer, or you don't have to bring your whole cleanser, you know, the big one, especially if you're not taking a checked bag on your flight. If you just want to, you know, keep it small, obviously you can always transfer your stuff into those little containers that you can get from like Target or the dollar store or something like that. But if you can get something free, and you know, it's like, why not? So if you can do that, I would honestly suggest that. That's what I do. Like I always try to, like when I buy my Clinique stuff, I always try to like make sure I get it when there's like a gift, so that I can get like a small eye cream to take with me, you know, or a mini serum to take with me, so that I don't have to like take it out of my own bottle. Obviously I have my own bottle, so I'll do it if I have to, but why would I want to, you know? Like I don't want to transfer. To me, I feel like when you transfer products from one container to another, it's not the same to me. It's really not. And when you're packing your makeup, my suggestion is to pack as minimal makeup as possible. Like do your 20-30 minute routine and have your best foundation, your best concealer. Like bring your best players when you're traveling, because I don't want, when I'm out, to be experimenting with new makeup and I'm out of town. Like that's not something that I really like. Like I want to make sure that like my makeup is good to go for the whole time that I am, you know, on that, like that trip. Like I don't have to worry about like the color being off. This is what happened to me when I went to Seattle last year. I had bought the Huda Beauty foundation and it looked good in Virginia. Like it looked good in Virginia, DC. I got to Seattle and I was looking crazy, because the atmosphere is just different, and the way things look, like it was April, so it was like a little bit gloomier over there. And so just like a routine that you have down, like your best players, like your best concealer, your best foundation, like your #1 products, so that you don't have to worry about your makeup is not like looking the way you want to, and then you don't feel like you want to get any pictures, or you don't feel like you're having fun. Like when you don't look your best, you don't feel your best. So bring your best players and pack as minimal as possible. Like when I go to Bulgaria, I'm not bringing a whole bunch of makeup. I don't plan to like be filming out there or anything like that. I plan to wear just like my basic everyday makeup routine that I always, you know, always do. Maybe even more minimal than that. I'm really trying like a clean girl makeup. I'm trying. Not today, not on my regular days, but like on days where I'm not really doing anything, I'm just been trying out like different clean girl makeup like techniques and all of that stuff. Now we are going to bake a little bit under the eyes. This is the Sugar Cookie in the Huda Beauty powder. My last tip for packing, which I really need to follow my own advice, you guys. I want to be like the most organized person, but it's just, I just don't think it's in the cards for me. But you guys don't have to be like me. So you can still follow my advice, even if I don't follow my own. So my last organization packing tip is to invest in some good organization to pack your stuff in, like, you know, and keep everything organized. Like when you go to the makeup store, for example, and say there's a gift when you're buying your skincare products or your makeup products, like I was saying, of course the samples are so nice, but they come with a little bag. Use that bag and put all of your toiletries and all of that stuff in there. You know, that's free. That's a free item. That's free. But you can also go on Amazon and like invest in some good storage stuff. Like I know there's like the storage cubes where you can keep your stuff in and things like that. So definitely like consider that if you feel like you could just take your packing to another level. I will one day get to that level. I swear to you I will. But for now, I'm just going to advise you guys to get to that level until I meet you there. Okay, now we're gonna bake the rest of the face, and I'm using my Fenty Beauty. I'm using 2 colors today because I want to brighten up a little bit. So I'm using the cashew and the banana. Those are all of my packing tips. Now, my last couple of tips are the day of travel. The day of travel, because I feel like this is the most important. You're doing all of this prep, and the day of travel, you want to make sure that everything goes smoothly and stays on plan like you planned it. So my first tip, plan your travel. Plan how you're getting to the airport, Uber or whatever, Lyft or a friend, or just make sure that you have transportation. And on the way back, like, don't just expect that the same friend who dropped you off is gonna pick you up. Like, make sure that, like, you know, you have your arrangements set, or, you know, your Uber or whatever it is that you need to do in order to be, you know, on top of your travel game. So you're not rushing around and you're just prepared to enjoy your relaxing vacation. That's the point of being prepared, is so that when you get there, you can relax and you're not like, oh my God, like me, I almost missed my flight to Costa Rica. Like, I mean, obviously this was like a fun trip, like a girl's fun trip. It was already like a very activated kind of trip. So like kind of rushing to the airport was just like kind of part of the start to our turn up. If you have anxiety, which I don't have anxiety about the airport for some reason. Like, I have anxiety about a lot of other things, but the airport, I just am like, I'm like, this is I personally, I love the airport. I don't know what it is, but I get in that airport and I'm like on go. Like, this is like my thing. I'm running this. Like, that's how I feel when I get to the airport. But just plan everything out so that if you do have anxieties, that you don't have to, like, you know, worry. And on top of that, get to the airport 2 hours earlier. This is definitely advice that I need to follow, which we will be, because we have the Capital One card. And so we're gonna go to, obviously we're gonna go to the lounge, and I want to indulge in that because only one airport around here has the Capital One lounge, and it's the one for the international flights. So it's Dulles, and I rarely fly out of Dulles, so because it's further, and I haven't flown internationally like a lot, so I never got a good chance to like indulge in the Capital One lounge. So I'm really excited to do that for Bulgaria. But get to the airport early, even if you're not trying to get there for the lounge. Like, get there somewhat early so you're not rushing around. And if you want, you can get a meal, all of that stuff, because it literally sucks. I have missed my flights before. Like, when I went to New York, I definitely missed my flight. I went for a day to go see the Rockettes with my mom, and I missed my flight. That's typical Reagan for you, though. My biggest thing about travel is, like, just be prepared. be prepared for any and everything. Like when I went to Costa Rica, I had bug spray just in case, because I knew we were going to like the what do you call that, the mountains, the jungle, the rainforests, all of that. We were going to be in nature, so I made sure. And I just know myself. I just know that like I'm a little bit extra, and I need like like I just always am extra. So I'm going in with blush, and I'm using raisin and peach twist together. I'm not going crazy with the blush today. I know I always say that, but this time I'm so serious. Like I'm literally, that's all of raisin that I'm using, and then I'm just gonna top it off with peach twist, and that's it. That's like the only blush that I'm doing, because I don't want this to be like a blush look. Like this is the eyes. The eyes are the focus. And then we're gonna use a little bit of highlight. I have the Nicole Guerrero palette here, so I'm thinking that we're gonna go in with 143. Okay, we're gonna do the bottom lash line really quickly, so we're going to go in with the brown shade. Actually, I'm gonna go in with the black first. Change my mind, but as close into the waterline as possible. I hate tight lining, you guys. Oh, I don't wear eyeliner on the bottom because my eyes are just, they're too sensitive for that. I'm pushing through for y'all. Like, girl, nobody asked you that. Didn't nobody ask you to push through for us? It's like, dude, that's cute. I need to wear bottom eyeliner more often. I like that. All right, now we're gonna smoke it out with the brown. Another travel tip, well, this is important to me. I don't know if it's important to you guys, but travel in style. Like travel with your best luggage. Like I would invest in some amazing luggage. If you plan to travel a lot, investing in good luggage is like a no-brainer to me, because it's like if you have a good luggage system, I feel like you'll travel your best. But also like have a cute airport outfit. Like I don't like looking a mess in the airport. Like I actually hate it. I love to look my best in the airport. I don't know why that is, but for me, I just want to feel luxurious the entire time I'm traveling. On my way there, on my way back, like I have the cutest tote bags. Like I want to take my Marc Jacobs tote, like all of that stuff. Like I love, and I mean love, to travel in style, because to me, what other way is there to travel truly? When I have kids, I probably won't be able to, so I'm trying to like soak up while I have the time. I want to look good from start to finish of my vacation. Like that to me is like a successful vacation. Like when I get the best pics, I get start to finish documented vacation, and it's like exactly what I want. This is chestnut, you guys, of course. And this is gonna be my last tip, you guys, but before that, we're gonna go in with the Boy Toy Super Matte lipstick from Morphe. It has my last lip liner remnants on it. Yeah, this is, oh, Mega Matte. Sorry, not Super Matte. Travel with people who travel like you. Now, I'm not saying they have to be super organized if you're organized, but don't travel with people who are gonna blow your vibe. Like I can always travel with my mom. She's the best person to travel with because she just is like, she just gets it. Like she just knows how to relax. She knows how to have fun. She knows what the best spots are. Like she's like way more organized than me. Next, I'm going in with the Boy Bait gloss, cream sheen gloss. This is so gorgeous. Gorge. Look how pretty that is, you guys. That is the look. I'm just gonna spray myself with some spray. And that's the look, you guys. So, like I was saying for my final tip, travel with someone who just does not blow your vibe, someone who you can vibe with, someone who just makes the trip fun. You don't want to get back and be like, oh my God, I had the worst time ever with so and so and so and so, and then you guys are talking about each other to your other friends and it's just a disaster for everyone. There are some friends you just cannot travel with. I don't have any friends like that. But there are just some people who you vibe with. You guys are just lunch buddies, brunch buddies, you know, but you guys are not out of town buddies. And there's just sometimes those people. Sometimes you don't know until after you have traveled with this person that they are the actual worst to travel with. But yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to go through that and see who can vibe out on a girls trip and who cannot. Or even like sometimes your man, like sometimes you might just need to leave your man at home. I don't know why I have like these indentations right here and it makes me feel like I have like a broken nose or something. Hold on while I fix that. I was feeling like my nose was looking a little crooked or something. I don't know. But that's the look, you guys. Those are my travel tips. How did we do? I love the way it came out. It's so pretty. Like, I love that. It's not exactly what I was going for in my head. I think I was going for something a little more natural, but we'll take it. I don't know why I can't tell if I'm in focus or not. I don't know. I got a new HDMI cord because my other one was really trying to play me, and now I feel like I'm still playing around with it. But that's the look, you guys. That is the look. I am loving the winged out shadow right now. It's all over my Instagram, so that's kind of what inspired it. But yeah, this is the look and those are my tips. If you guys have any tips that you'd like to share in the comments or any experiences that you would like to share, please do. I would love to hear. And yeah, this is the look. I think it's so pretty. I'm like kind of obsessing. But yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I hope that you were able to get some good tips and tricks out of this and start traveling. Honestly, like, it was the best year of my life, just going to different places and just having different experiences than staying just in like DC. So I say travel as much as you can before kids, before responsibilities take over and all of that stuff, but do it responsibly. Rack up those points. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, y'all.